Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar Stop Copy Pasting and Automate Monthly Jira Reports Like a Pro. I'm Shruti Darekar, Product Manager at Amoeboids. I work closely with the teams who struggle with repetitive reporting. And my favorite part of my role is brainstorming and building solutions that actually remove those pain points. So today, in the next 40 minutes, I will walk you through why monthly reporting feels very painful and how automation can help you solve this problem. It can be a game changer. And I will also show you a live demo so you can see it in action. By the end, you will know how to automate and how you can save hours of your monthly, hours while creating your monthly reports. So let's quickly go through today's agenda. First, we are going to talk about why is it a headache to create these reports? Why, what is the cost of creating these manual reports? Then we will talk about sorry, how to automate and solve this problem. Then also we'll talk about what are the types of reports that you can generate via ARNR. Then we will see a live demo of how exactly automated reports, release notes and reports app work. In short, we call it ARNR. Then I'll show you some customer success stories that our customers have shared with us, and that can be followed with the live Q&A session. So think about your current month and routine that you follow every month. You open Jira, you export all the issues in maybe Excel's, then you copy paste them in Google Sheets or Google Docs, and then spend hours formatting it according to the report format that you want. And maybe you do some rewording as well because you cannot share the raw data that you are exporting from Jira directly with your stakeholders. You will have to cater it to your different stakeholders, like to your development team or the QA team, the customer success team, the customers or the high level executives, and so on. And this is something you have to do repeatedly. So it is very tedious. And honestly, it is very prone to mistakes because human errors are something that we cannot avoid. And I'm sure that this is the main pain point that everyone is facing in their uh, reporting format. So, what is the cost of this manual reporting? The real problem is not just that the time that you spend, but also the impact that is has on your reports. The reports are going to vary across the teams. It lacks the consistency. Sometimes you might miss the updates. Sometimes you might keep on chasing the stakeholders, or sometimes it might happen that reporting will take so long that actual planning and delivery gets hampered due to that. So what can we do for that is we automate it. And how do we automate it? So what we actually do is that we set up, we create a template of one report. So any report that you want to share with your stakeholders, first we are going to create a template of it. Then we will customize it using all the variables and filters that ARNR provides so that it is catered to your specific need. And then we create rules that will keep on sending these reports across multiple channels. And channels can vary from email, PDF, Word, Confluence, MS Teams, or on Slack, Zendesk, and so on. There are many more options that you can send, even the social media, LinkedIn, and so on. And you can create n number of reports as well. For example, all these reports like the sprint review reports, daily stand-up report, pre-release readiness, release logs reports, bug tracking, regression test impact, weekly customer support, SLA compliance, team workload, cross-project health, maybe version workload, and n number of more reports that you can create using this app. So let's get directly into the demo where I will show you the interface of the app and also walk you through the process of how can you automate this process. So quickly going through the roadmap is that first what we do is create a template. Then we will personalize it using the variables. Then we set it up in a rule, schedule the delivery according to the stakeholders. We add in different stakeholders for different rules. And then within one click, we can send all the reports at the same time across multiple channels. So let's just dive directly into the demo. So let me just close this. Yeah. So this is the interface of the app. You have multiple tabs over here: dashboard, calendar, AI generator, rules. We are going to mostly concentrate on templates, rules, and logs. Dashboard is basically just to give you an overview how many, which were the topmost used templates or topmost used rules, and so on. So this is just an overview of the app. So let's directly go to the templates. So in templates, you can create the layout for your reports. For example, if I click on create, I can select different kind of reports. If I want an email, PDF, Confluence, Slack, MS Teams, PowerPoint, or a LinkedIn announcement, you can even generate a video, release page notification, JSON, HTML, and so on. There are many options. If you go via create, you have to create your report from scratch. Though you will have a base template, but still you need to create it, like personalize it completely. Or else there's a better option that you can directly go through the template gallery. Click on explore more, and we have readily available reports for you. For example, the sprint review report, release planning, weekly customer support, version workload, running release notes, even different kinds of templates. And this is a Confluence template. It's a PowerPoint template, PDF, email, and so on. And with variety of different reports. You can directly preview it from here just to see what kind of report are you going to generate if you use this template. If I'm previewing this ITSM weekly major incident report, this is an email format, and this is how the template will look, or the final report is going to look. You can directly click on create, and the template is ready for you. All you need to do is maybe add your logo, the company name, or small customizations that you want to do, and you can use it. I'm going to start with, instead of creating a new template, I'm going to use a pre-created template just to explain how exactly you can customize these templates. So this is a template mostly for QS, a bug tracking and resolution report. Again, this template was also created using one of the templates in the template gallery. There are few main features of the toolbar that we have provided here. It is very intuitive. It is similar to how you have a toolbar in Word or PowerPoint presentations and so on. You can insert images, links. You can set the font, uh, size of the font, what kind of heading do you want, the alignment, and different kinds of list and so on. So this part is very intuitive. You can just try it out to get a hold of it. But the main part that I would like to focus on is the variables. So as I'm from start, I'm saying again and again that this is just a template of your report and not the actual report. And this is something that is reusable. And it is reusable because you're not going to use any static data in your templates. You're going to use all the variables. So here project name, I'm using a project name variable that you can directly select from here. There are multiple variables available: username, project variables, project name, ID or project key. For version, we have version name, version description, date, ID, release status, release version URL, and so on. Different variables for sprint, date and time, different variables for Confluence as well. So we have multiple variables, and you can use those variables in your reports. So what this does is that every time you run a rule, and suppose you are running you're using this template for a particular version, that particular version, all the data related to that particular version will be pulled in this report while generating the report. So if I'm using current date, that means the day this report is going to get generated, that date will appear here. That's the power of variables. The second main part I would like to explain is the stats and charts macro. So for example, here we have used bug count stats. So what this is going to do is that this stats will return the count of bugs that were discovered during the reporting period. If I edit this, as you can see, bug count is the title. This title does not show, but this is for the user information. I'm selecting the type is stats. That means I want to get some kind of stats. It can be a count or sum. I have entered a JQL, project equals to project ID and type equals to bug, because every information that is being pulled in all the reports is using the power of JQL. So whatever JQL you have given, those issues are going to be fetched. It's the same JQL that works in your issue navigator in Jira. So if here the JQL was project equals to project ID and type equals to bug and status equals to done, then all the bugs from this project which has status as done, those issues would be fetched and the count of those issues would be shown in this report. Now we have two options in stats: count and sum. For sum, you can use like uh, if you want the total number of story points that were used for all these bugs, then you can use sum as an return option and select story point over here. And it would return the sum of all the story points for this bug. That is about the stats. Yeah, this is also from stats macro, stats and charts. So not just stats, you can also insert a bar chart in your reports. So what here we have done is that, again, we are extracting all the bugs. And on x-axis, we want to show priority and we want to show the count of priority. So that means the chart will show how the bugs are distributed according to the priority. So that chart will be displayed here. Again, we have added a few more stats. And yeah, coming to the JQL section. So this macro, this is the most important macro because this is how you are going to fetch all the issues and all the information in those issues into the reports. Again, what we need to do is just put in the JQL. So again, it is just a project ID, the type, issue type as bug, and in what order do I want to display these bugs. Once I have mentioned what kind of issues I want to fetch, then I'll go to fields and select all the fields that I want to show. So these are the default that usually gets added whenever you add any JQL section, but you can select any of the custom fields as well. You might have some kind of release note field or extra descriptions or maybe some kind of extra dates, custom fields that you have added. You can just search in here and add to this list. You can also go here if you want to change name, label names, display as link, change, customize the header style and entry style. You can do that, those things as well. Then layout. We offer different layouts in reports. So here we have selected table layout. That means all these fields for those particular issues will be displayed in a table. We can also go via sequential layout where I'll just have to rearrange these all the variables that are given uh, about the table, about the toolbar. And these variables are based on the fields that you have selected here. So just copy paste these fields in the particular layout that you want. And this layout will keep on repeating in your report. So that's why it is called a sequential layout. And the grid layout. So if you want your reports to be shown, I mean, the issues to be displayed in cards, then you can define a card and the kind of card that you want. You can customize it and those cards will be repeated in your reports. So before going ahead, let me just show you how it looks visually. So here is a table layout, all the same fields that we added in fields. And because table layout was selected, this is how it would look. This is a sequential layout. So here I've given a sequence that I want to show first issue key, then the summary, and then the status. So this particular sequence is being repeated for each of the issue. And here is the card layout. You can customize it according to your needs. And you can even set how many columns do you want, 1, 2, 3, or 4 columns. And here I've used 2 columns. So the cards are in 2 columns and all the information that I feed it in the grid layout, it is being replaced as per that. That's about the JQL section. And another important part is the AI generator. So AI generator macro is also available in the toolbar. Now imagine that you have created a very pretty report and you have to give that report to your executive managers or the higher level executives. And they don't have time to go through each and every issues. If they get this kind of report with n number of uh, all issues in this big list, this for example, now here you see 2 pages. There's a possibility that you have a 50 issues in one report. And going through all those issues for someone at that high level is not possible. So what you can do is that you can add an AI macro, which again runs on the power of GQL. So you can just put in the JQL from uh, of the issues that you want to fetch for this particular macro. Then select the field. You can either prefer not to select from a Jira field or use a Jira field. For example, I want summary of all the summaries of this issues that are going to be fetched. So I've selected summary as my field, and I've given a prompt to AI that write a release note summary of the following issues that have been included in this version in less than 100 words and use a professional tone. And that's it. Just insert it. So when you save this report, now that the report is completely generated and you can save it, you might want to see if there are any mistakes before sending it to someone. So you can also preview it. So for previewing, just click on preview. It will ask you for the variable because this report was completely based on the version variables that we used. So it is asking me for version. But you can also use the sprint variables if your system is based on sprints. And in that case, it will ask you for the sprint board ID and the particular sprint that you want that report to be generated for. So here I'm selecting a version and I'll click on preview. Okay. So now that the report is generated, it gets downloaded. I mean, PDF or a Word if you're using a PDF or Word template, it gets downloaded. If it is an HTML, we have an in-app preview system for that. It's different for different templates. Because this was a PDF template, it got downloaded. And you can see all the variables have been replaced. It's today's date because current date variable was used here. All the stats, we used count. So the count of bugs is shown. Bar chart according to the priority. All the other stats they were used. And the summary. Now here I think I've messed up. I didn't use the paragraph level font here. So that's why it's looking like this. But yeah, you can set that as well. So here is the summary that was generated via AI. That's how you can use AI macro as well. Because the list is this long. And what you can see here is a short summary of all these issues. And then the actual issues that are going to be in this report. So that's how you can set up a template. Now let's go to rules. So for rules, you just need to create, type in the name of the rule, select the triggers. Now, the most important part. I have been saying automate sending reports, right? So what do we mean exactly by automating these reports? You have created a template of your reports, but now you want to send it. You don't want to keep on coming to the app and sending these reports, like selecting the template every time, clicking on selecting the variable and then sending it to the stakeholders. What you want to do is that set up a process and keep on sending it multiple times recurringly. So how do you do that? Is that using the triggers. So the first is necessarily the manual. If there is no way that you can pinpoint how exactly you want to save, I'm sorry for that. Let me just, yeah. So if you don't have any way that you can say that, okay, I want this particular report to be generated every week or every month, or maybe after every particular interval, then you can use the manual trigger. But for others, we have multiple triggers like version created. So every time you're creating a new version, all the actions mentioned in this rule will be run, or version release. So whenever you marked any version as release, this particular rule will run. Or schedule before end days of release. That means suppose you have your release after a week and you want that everyone in the team, all the stakeholders, should get notified about the release status 2 days before the actual release date. Then you can use this trigger, or schedule at interval. So maybe the daily stand-up meetings. You have a daily stand-up meeting at 11 a.m. every day, and you want that at 10:30 everyone should get updated about the current status so that they can take informed decisions in your stand-up. So you can use schedule at interval. Then we have sprint started. Whenever you start any sprint and you want everyone to get notified about it, then you can use this the sprint started trigger, or sprint completed, similar to version release. You can use all the actions will run whenever you mark any sprint as completed, or the most important, webhook. So you don't know exactly when you want to run these triggers, but whenever you are doing some kind of automation, or you're running maybe the CI/CD pipeline or the deployment pipeline. So that's where you can use the webhook triggers, so that you don't have to set anything here. You can just get a webhook link, integrate it in your system, and that's how the rule will get executed. So once you know which kind of trigger you want, you have entered the name of the rule, just save it. And once you save it, you can add multiple actions. So all the templates that we create in templates can be added to these actions. And we have multiple actions like send email, publish to Confluence, publish to a widget or an external endpoint if you want, or JSM announcement, AI generator, social media, publish to send to Slack or MS Teams as well. And generate video is the newest feature that we are releasing in our upcoming release. So you can even generate a video using ARNR. So right now, I'm not going to add any actions here. I'm just going to show you the I've already created one of the rules, and I'm going to show you that. So this rule for QA, I've added a Confluence action. This is a publish to Confluence action. In this, all the configurations are very easy and intuitive. So you can just keep on filling the information, and that's how you can configure it. So for example, in Confluence, I'm just selecting which instance I want, then from which source do I want to, like which space do I want to select my template, select the template that I want to select, the destination where I want to publish this post, the report, fill in all the information, save it. One particular action is completed. Similarly, keep on adding new actions. For example, here I have added an email action. Then I've added QA email as a template. You can create multiple email templates and then select whichever you want here. To this email, I want that QA bug report is my PDF template, and I want this report to be added as an attachment to my email. So I've added that. I can add a Markdown, JSON, HTML, Word, or a PowerPoint attachment as well. Then I can add through which email do I want to send this action. If I have configured my SMTP, I can use the SMTP or the default email, that is our email, and then select to whom do I want to send. You can add in individual Jira users or the email addresses, project roles, Jira groups, issue users, and so on. There are multiple options. And again, just save it. Fill in the information and keep on saving. Similarly, here I have also added one of the Slack uh, templates. So because I want that first, my report should be posted to Confluence. Then my stakeholders should get an email with a PDF attachment to it. And once that email is sent, I want everyone on Slack to get notified that this particular report has been generated. So this is my use case. And that's how I've added 3 actions in this particular rule. And after that, if I have a particular trigger in mind that I want the QA status to be notified to all the stakeholders um, 4 days before the release. In that case, I would select this trigger, schedule before end days of release. But right now, we don't have any such possibility of using a trigger. So for now, I'm going to run it manually. So while running it manually, it's going to ask you for the now we have used all the version variables again. So I'm just going to select my version and OK. The rule, all the actions have been triggered successfully. From here, you can go to logs. And in logs, you can see that the action is in progress and the other actions are in queue. It's going to execute one after the another. You can just refresh it to see if it has been posted. Yeah. So you can see Confluence page is already created. The PDF is also created. It's the same template that I just demoed. So it's going to be the same one. The email notification. So I wanted that everyone should get notified that, yes, this has been generated. The email will have a PDF report attached to it. And it also has a Confluence report link, which is same as this one. Because this Confluence report was created in the same action, same rule. So that Confluence URL was added to the email. You can set this in while creating the template. And the last action was for Slack. So you can see the Slack notification has been posted. Similarly, according to your use case, you can create multiple such rules. For example, I have one more rule created. Published release notes. So what I'm doing here is that I'm using an AI generator. So sometimes we have to create different kind of release notes for different stakeholders. The main description that we add in any of the issues is more of a technical side because it is mostly made for the developers, but not necessary that customers are going to understand it or the high level executives is interested in any kind of technical jargon. So you need to rewrite it according to the language or to cater this specific stakeholder. So what you can do is that You can create the AI generated action where you can give a custom prompt or even use the default one. So I'll show you the custom one where you can just write it down that, hey, I want a release note. I want it to be summarized in professional tone, 100 words, um, and in US English, and it should be catering to the customer facing. So it should contain less technical jargon and so on. And then just select which field do you want that AI should get its input from. So here I've selected description, and I want this to be stored. The output that the AI is generating, I want it to be stored in public release note description. So this is one of the custom fields that we have created in our Jira. So whatever output the AI is generated will be stored for each of the issue in this particular field. And then again use a JQL to know that which all issues do you want to perform this action for, and then just save it. When you run this rule, it's going to automatically update all the fields. Then you can also add a release page. Release page is basically a web page. Let me just quickly show you what exactly I mean by that. So this is our live web page that we share with our customers, so that they get all the updates about all our releases. Maybe it's a quick fix or a new feature that we are releasing. So this is the web page that we maintain. And whenever we publish anything on this web page, they get a email notification as well that, hey, ARNR has a new update for you, so that they can come to this release page to check what is the new update. So because this action is being followed by this, and I'm using the public release note field for this publishing on release page. So it's going to fetch all the output directly that the AI is generating. The third one I've used is the Confluence one. Again, it's going to create a page on Confluence. Yeah. And sometimes if you don't want to use the output generated by the AI generated directly, you can first go to AI generator. The process is completely same. There is no difference. First, you can create the output here, and then maybe you will go through the approvers process, rewrite some of the AI generated results. Maybe you want to change a word or two, and then use that field in your reports, so that when you're generating the report, you get the updated field. So I think I've covered the most of the part. The important part that is, how can you create the templates for your reports, and how do you create rules to keep on sending those reports to your stakeholders and automate the whole process. So that was all about the live demo. Moving forward, oops, I'm sorry for that. Let's just discuss some of the use cases that our customers are using ARNR for. So many of our customers have told us that the customer success team has used ARNR to quickly share all the updates with the customers and keep their customers updated via emails, by Confluence documentations, and the release pages. And due to this, the queries that the customers ask them have been reduced significantly. The managers are happy because they can update multiple stakeholders at the same time. They can create different kinds of release notes according to their stakeholders using maybe the AI features of the app, and keep on automating the process. Even the QA team says that they have reduced the time that they need to in creating these reports before every release, because they can focus more on the actual QA part and less on the reports. And yeah, that's the end of the presentation, and we are open for Q&A. So please let me know if you have any questions. Do we have any questions? Okay, I don't see any questions. Okay. So the app is also available in free on the Atlassian marketplace. There are two versions of the app. One is the free and the other one the paid one. The only difference is that in free version, you get all the features that are in paid, but the number of rule executions per month is set to 5. So every month you can only execute 5 rules. That's the only limitation, but it is a good start to try out all the features of the app and decide whether it suits your use case or not. So you can go to the Atlassian marketplace and try out the free version of the app. Or if you have any doubts, once you have tried out the app, if you have any doubts and want our help to set up the app and automate the process, then you can also book a one-on-one call with us. Our customer success team is ready to help. And that's all. Thank you for your time. Thank you.